Hello everyone, I'm Adam Papagan. Welcome to another episode of There's a Place, the ASMR talk show. The show that feels good to hear. I'm a fan of a good side hustle. I love if you're some kind of drug dealer. I don't judge. If you got, a restaurant job or you're trying to make it as an actor, hey, we all got to pay the bills. If you're working in a coffee shop when your band's not on tour, that's just how it is sometimes. My personal side hustle is focus groups. I have been doing focus groups for over a decade. I've probably made thousands and thousands of dollars on focus groups. And I like them because, it's a little bit of acting because they want something specific. They're looking for pencil users or golf cart owners or smokers or what have you. It's a little bit of acting, a little bit of lying because I'm not any of those things. And it's somebody listening to your opinion, listening to what you have to say, even if what you're saying could most likely be lies. Most of these focus groups are for things like cigarettes or beer or pencils, shaving cream, things like that. But occasionally a real weird focus group will come through. And last week I did a focus group for a mock trial. A little background. It's very expensive to litigate a case, to pay the lawyers and do the research and the court time. It's a very slow, excruciating process. So oftentimes, lawyers, law firms will get a fake jury together, present a fake trial to kind of gauge what their chances are of getting a conviction or getting money or anything like that. So I did a focus group put on by the California District Attorney this past Friday that was all day focus group. It was 11 and a half hours long. They're trying to decide if they should charge a man with manslaughter. And after being there for 11 and a half hours, I felt like I had committed manslaughter. Yes, it was a long time to be there. And they do this because they want to, test the case out in front of a real jury. But these people are not a real jury. They are people who will go to a room all day for $250. It's not the brightest, not the maybe most representative sample, but it was fine. We did the whole thing. They said they were going to have breakfast and lunch for us, bagels and Jersey Mike's, but you know what? Time's going to pass anyway, and I did it. The circumstances made everyone vote guilty. That's probably not the outcome they wanted, but everyone voted to convict in the fake jury. They asked us our questions, and then they gave us our checks and sent us on our ways home. And I was thinking, if it's so much cheaper to just keep people all day and give them a little stipend and prepare these cases, why isn't everything in our legal system just decided by focus groups? I think that would be a way to clean up the courts, speed things along, and, people would want to do jury duty. So, District Attorney, if you're listening, Supreme Court, we've got a new justice coming up. Turn the legal system over to Ace Consumer Research. Try it out. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Folks, my guest tonight is a comedian, producer, nice guy. He's a nice guy. Went to Norm's with him once. Had a good time. But we're gonna get him on There's a Place tonight and see what's going on behind the niceness. Please welcome my guest tonight, John Kuperman. Hey, John, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, it's daylight savings time now.
It is. We lost an hour of sleep.
But we gained an hour of sunlight.
You see the glass is half full, and I see it half full as well.
Yeah, if you have insomnia, it probably wouldn't even matter.
I do have insomnia, though.
So, did you feel like you lost an hour, or were you just like, well, I could have just been up anyway?
I like sleeping, so when I know I'm going to lose an hour of sleep, it makes it even that much harder for me to sleep.
Kind of like for me, if I know I have to get up early the next day, totally ruins the night's sleep. Because I'm just thinking like, well, only 6 hours left. I'm wasting time.
It sucks.
What's the longest you've ever slept? And one laying.
You're cracking me up right now. The longest I've ever slept, I would say in the year 2000. In the year 2000, I lost a job, and I slept for probably 16 hours because I was really mopey and depressed. And I remember just having the radio on because I like to sleep with the radio on. What about you? Do you like to have noise on when you sleep?
I got a white noise machine.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. The app on the phone.
I like to actually listen to people talking, like a talk radio, because I think subconsciously I want my brain to keep working. So if I listen to somebody talking about politics or sports or something, it will absorb into my brain and make me a smarter human being.
Have you like found subliminal effects?
I think so.
But do you ever wake up and like you know all about something?
No, if I did, I probably wouldn't have lost that job.
What was that job that you lost?
You know what's funny? It was a product placement company, and they sold the products like these lovely socks, for example.
Stance socks.
They're sort of a product placement. I'm wearing it right now on my feet. It was a product placement test, and we had to watch movies, and you couldn't enjoy movies because you were taking notes. Oh, look, there's a bottle of Heinz ketchup at so-and-so into the movie. Oh, look, there's a Victoria's Secret bra hanging on. And we used to mark them all down. And they fired me because I have a little bit of a stutter. See, that's a really hard word for me to say. It's when you have a stutter, it's hard to say the word stutter. It's like if you don't want to get married, I would imagine married is a hard word to say. So one day I had to page somebody over the intercom system. This is a true story, I swear. And I had to page his name, and his name was David Silverman. Okay. What's up, Dave, if you're watching out there? And I had to get on this intercom system. And I went, and somebody said, I need you to page David Silverman. And I said, okay. I get on the phone, it was a phone pager. And I went, and it sounded like a little machine gun was going off in the building. And I was quite embarrassed. And the day after that, they let me go. And I was happy to leave, and I got unemployment for a few months, but it was embarrassing. But now that I'm older, I've accepted my speech more. I've accepted who I am more. And I am who I am, and I'm not going to change it. It's a part of me, my stutter. And now these socks are a part of me, and I'm glad they're a part of me.
Well,
what do you hate about yourself?
Oh, well, this is only an hour-long show. We have to come back next week.
I'm just playing. No, but it's like I don't hate it anymore, my stutter. I mean, I do, but I've learned to accept it.
You've always stuttered?
Since I was a little...
Yeah, I guess that's not something that starts...
A little boy.
Or I don't know, does it? Do people like get a stutter in their
You know
30s?
what's funny? You know what's funny? There's a comedian out there. He's like a 23, 24-year-old kid by the name of Drew Lynch. And Drew was just recently on America's Got Talent. And, I've known the kid, for several years now. And he has a severe stutter. It's more like this, and it's more repeating, I think. And he says he got a stutter by being hit in the throat with a softball, and it paralyzed the vocal cord. But I think the main reason for having the stutter is the traumatic effect, I think, when you fall on your head. Like people who get in an automobile accident, they get a stutter. I don't think you can get one by just simply getting a vocal cord paralyzed. I think a lot of traumatic things happened that day at the softball field or whatever it was that happened to him. But he's a great kid, and every time I see him, I go, "Hello, son." He goes, "Hi, Dad," because I told him when he gets a sitcom, I'm playing his father.
What would the show be called?
What's that?
What would the show be called? Stuttin'?
Say what?
Oh, I like that.
Maybe. I don't know. Do you like that?
Yeah.
What did you say? Did I stutter? That could
Did
be.
I stutter?
Did I stutter?
That could be the catchphrase.
I used to hate that phrase as a kid. It's like, did I stutter? I'm like, I do. Jerk. I don't know. Am I allowed to swear on here? No,
Yeah.
I don't want to swear.
Please don't say jerk.
Sorry. I apologize to everybody out there.
Yeah. No, you can say whatever you want. It's a miracle that, you can say anything without a stutter, So I say you should get extra free speech.
I think the more I've accepted it over the years, the easier it's become for me to speak. Not that when I make a phone call, sometimes it's hard for me to say my name. Like seeing people here tonight at the open mic, I met a few of the comedians here I've never met before, and it's always hard for me to say my name. That's, if you look up into stuttering, for some reason it's hard for us to say our names. And the reasoning behind it is because subconsciously we know that's how you'll see us. So when we say our names and introduce ourselves, they're going to go, "Oh, he has a stutter." And you always will see us as a stutterer. That's one of the main reasons it's hard for us to say our names.
So it's one of these like chicken and egg things almost.
Yeah.
Where one thing, the only way to prevent stuttering is to have confidence, but it would make you unconfident.
It's such a catch-22, isn't it? Because when I'm very confident, I have no problems at all. But now that money's tight, I have a 4-year-old girl at home, and a wife at home, and the bills at home, it gets very stressful.
Is there ever something that you're doing, like are you ever like golfing, for example, and the stutter goes away? Like is there, like if you paint, can you like, is there anything like that?
You watched the Academy Awards this past year.
Mm-hmm.
There was a short film that won called Stutterer. Have you watched it?
Mm-mm.
It's like 12 minutes long on YouTube. YouTube it, it's great. And in the short, the kid who has a stutter, it's hard for him to make a phone call, it's hard for him to talk, I believe he learns sign language. So when someone comes up and asks him a question like, "Hey, where's the coffee shop?" He just, that's kind of a pussy way out of it, but it shows the fear that we would have to speak. I forgot to tell you. So here's my point. In his head and in his dreams, he doesn't have a stutter. And ever since I was a kid, when I dreamt that, I never had a stutter. Yeah, never had a stutter. So whoever wrote that short must have had a stutter or known, because that was very, very deep. I mean, have you seen The King's Speech?
Yeah.
That was
Is he
very
like
good.
the most famous stutterer?
Stuttering movie, yeah. Stuttering movie, yeah.
The other stuttering?
Maybe soon there'll be a
Fonzie.
movie about lisps.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's make a lisp king.
Any kind of vocal tick.
Yeah. The
Is there a rivalry between
the cleft palate.
between lisp people and stutterers?
No, but I should make one.
Yeah, I used to have a lisp.
Really?
When I
You
was a
sound
kid.
good. What did you
did a
do?
speech therapist at my elementary school.
Yeah.
And so I'd get to leave class. So
You
that was
remember
great.
the name of your speech therapist?
No, some lady.
Mine was Jackie Kreitzman.
And,
I was just
Good-
wondering,
good
maybe it
speech
was the
therapist.
same speech therapist, and we've come full circle.
yeah.
Although now people say that I have a lisp now too, and I'm like,
One or the other.
I'm screwed now both ways. My daughter is having a little bit of a stutter. This is true because it's hereditary,
Oh, it is?
but it's more repeating with her, and I see it already because I went through it, obviously. So next week we're actually doing her first speech therapy appointment, and she's now 4.
Okay.
So if you
So
catch it
catch
early
it early.
enough, before it becomes embedded in her brain that it's a problem and other kids make fun of her, there's ways now they do it. I don't know. Is something like this exciting to talk about?
I think it's interesting.
Okay. I hope you all find it interesting. So they're going to do play through and, learn some techniques. And my friend's kid at the same age had a stutter, and she's fine now. So if that's her only problem, that's my, that's nothing.
Yeah. Has your stutter ever gotten you out of like a fight or something? Like, has it ever worked to your advantage? Or has it just been a bummer?
Sure. When they called on me in class in high school and I didn't know the answer, I would really enhance it. They'd be like, okay, who else knows the question? And I'd be like, So there are ways out of it, for sure. Yeah.
Do you remember the episode of Happy Days when Bonzi couldn't say that he was wrong? That was kind of a stutter a little bit.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's one of the coolest guys around.
He's the coolest. Do you know his leather jacket is in the Smithsonian?
Yeah, when I went to the Smithsonian, I thought it was going to be only TV props for some reason. Because you hear about, they have Archie Bunker's chair, they have Fonzie's jacket.
Right, so you just thought it'd be a big TV museum.
I thought it was going to be like Planet Hollywood.
Yeah.
And
But
it's
there's
not.
so many Smithsonians. There's like one here. I mean, they're all lined up in Washington. It was really neat.
Yeah, I liked it. But I wish there had been more TV and movie props.
Well,
It's my personal
I
preference.
think eventually these 2 chairs will be in there.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Next to the Spirit of St. Louis.
Should I be leaning back?
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do. This is a very...
It's a playground now.
Yeah. Do you taking your daughter to the park?
I do. I take my daughter to a park just like this, and she loves the park, but she's afraid of heights.
Park's not that high up.
No, I know, but she'll be climbing, like, Daddy, come get me, Daddy. And I'm like, she's like right here, and she's crawling, so that'll be another thing to worry about.
The heights.
Heights. Her speech, her height problem. Did you see what is it, the U.S. Bank building out here in Los Angeles? They're making a slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it costs like $17.
How much?
Like $17.
17.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 70. 17's not bad.
But there's plenty of free parks.
But it's a big slide.
Yeah. It's pretty big.
It's a big slide.
Hey, when you drink alcohol, does that help the stuttering?
Unfortunately, when I have a joke about this. Somebody asked me that once. I say I don't drink. And they say, why? When you drink, what do are you smooth talking? Do you stutter more? I say, no, when I drink, I rape chicks. So
Well, hopefully that won't happen when
I try to keep away from the booze.
I offer you, okay, well, you wouldn't like a Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Are you
From our
serious?
sponsor, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Is it really?
Yeah. No, you're just gonna have to promise you won't rape anyone.
Well, depends. You play your cards right. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll just have a touch. I really don't like to drink that much, but this looks...
Okay, well here, I'll let you pour your own. I'm gonna...
Oh, I get my own can.
Yeah, okay, and in glass, Pabst is a great company.
My buddy who just recently passed away loved Pabst Blue Ribbon. I should have poured it on the side. See,
Well,
now it just looks like apple juice. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, absolutely.
Thank you.
Pabst has some of the best foam on top of the beer. And again, if you drink Pabst, you're not going to rape anyone. You're not going to die like your friend did. Those things are unrelated to Pabst Blue Ribbon.
He didn't die because of Pabst.
It's just when you mention them in such
I know.
proximity.
Here's to it.
Do you think that not to make light of your friend's
No,
death, but
he just died in November. Yeah.
people, I don't know what things were like, but Pabst could have made his final years even better.
He loved drinking beer and he loved his Pabst. And his death had nothing at all to do with beer. I can promise you that. It was a congenital heart sort of a thing that he never even knew about.
Oh, that's not a bad way to die.
He went quickly in his sleep.
Oh, that's the dream.
It's a dream you're not going to wake up from, though.
Yeah, but as in life, it's the dream you want. Dying in your sleep.
when the Truman Show was out, I used to think that when I was a kid, like, what if this is all just not real and someone up there's just watching? Not like a lord or the devil, just someone who's playing a joke who wants to watch a bunch of people suffer, make an earthquake,
We add paranoia to the list of...
I must say, I haven't had a beer. I can't even remember when's the last time I drank a beer. This is pretty damn good. And I'm serious. I rarely drink. You can ask Adam back there, too.
Yeah. We believe you. We believe you.
You better. I'm here.
So, John, we met at a miraculous experiment in broadcasting called filmon.tv.
Film On, yes.
.com?
Film
What?
On TV. It exists still. They don't...
It's just Battlecam now.
Is it? I was going to
Yeah.
ask, have you watched it?
It's only Battlecam now.
But it's the web. They don't have the live shows like what you did that time.
It's Battlecam on the TV. They show that, at night it would go to like the people in their bedrooms.
What's that all they're showing now?
That's all it is on 10.2 and 10.3 now.
So they're not even having a live show, which I think the crowd actually liked. Having a couple hours out of the 24-hour cycle that there'd be live people there, interact with, and the gifts. How did you like your experience on Battlecam?
It was strange. For those of you who don't know, Battlecam is a show network and experience, whatever. There's this millionaire named Alki David.
Not a millionaire, billionaire.
He's a billionaire.
Billionaire. He's worth like $3 billion.
That's a lot of.
That's
a lot of money.
billions.
Yeah. But anyway, so he's so rich. The only way, I don't know, I didn't ever meet him. You've had a little interaction, but tell me if this is he's so rich, the only way he can still find pleasure in life is by investing in these weird media companies and making his own, kind of like a Truman Show situation. He's God and he's manipulating people who want to be on television.
And he pays them, or we used to give people iPhones. I mean, we used to give away some great prizes on that show for people who would just simply light their balls on fire. And you get an iPhone. But it's great. I miss it. I do miss it.
What?
In a weird way, I miss it.
How did you come to such a place that produced programming? And this is, by the way, it's on Antenna Television, this channel that he owns. So how did you get involved with all that?
I just interviewed for the job one day. I have a friend of a friend who works there. And I interviewed and I got the job right away and I started working. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And I'm more of a night owl myself, so the hours were good. I got home at like 1 or 2 in the morning and I liked it like that.
You asked what my experience was on it.
Yeah, what did you think? What did they do to you? They
They made me eat like a sandwich with.
Oh, that's right, with hair, with your hair.
Mustache hair on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fine. A few weeks prior to that, I said it was last summer. I think it was June that I was on.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, you know what, this summer is going to be broadcast summer. I'm going to get on the antenna. By hook or by crook, I'm going to get on the antenna this summer. And lo and behold, a few weeks later, I was on the antenna. So I took that as a lesson that if you put your mind to something, sometimes it doesn't, you don't have to work very hard.
Yeah.
It just will happen.
Is this show on antenna?
It's not. This is on dronebox.com and YouTube.
And YouTube?
Yeah.
So this interview will be saved and shown on YouTube?
Yes, and archive.org. And yeah.
Oh, good. So I can watch it when I get home.
Tomorrow. I'll have it up by then.
Is it because, and you and I have a mutual friend, Adam.
Adam Bennett, our great
Bourne
director.
Bennett. I've known Adam for, when did we meet Adam? 2002, something like that. 2003. Yeah.
And how'd you meet Adam?
I needed a job. He worked at a bank. I just needed a job for some money. This was shortly after that job I got fired from for stuttering in the PA system. And Adam was kind of my manager, and everyone used to make fun of him because he was a vegetarian, and we worked with quite some characters.
At the bank. What would...
IndyMac. It was IndyMac Bank who filed because they were corrupt. And I think Adam
corrupt
Bennett.
bank. Hold on, John.
I think Adam Bennett. I think Adam had something to do with it. Yeah, he's son of a bitch.
Yeah. What's something about working at a bank that people might not know?
It was more of a loan place where people used to get their loans to buy homes. And we worked in the bottom cellar. We were all miserable, but we had a good time. And Adam and we kept in touch over the years. Adam actually took pictures of my daughter's first birthday. Adam's father was the DJ at my wedding. I've been there for Adam. When Adam's had problems, he usually won't answer the phone when he has problems, but eventually when I get through to him, we're good friends.
Well, thanks for making me look like a bad friend.
We're friends now, too.
Yeah.
We were at the premiere together.
Oh, yeah. So then that was another weird thing.
Over at the Lord of the Freaks premiere. That's right. We all sat together.
There's a documentary about
That's right.
Battle Cam and Alki David, where they invited all the weirdos.
And he's great. Alki's a great guy.
A great man.
He's a great billionaire. Alki, he is over the top. I mean, what you see is what you get with him. He's very passionate. And I'm sorry, did that squeak?
I need some WD-40.
Okay. Yeah, it feels good. I'm going to hear that noise later, but just by myself, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You ever watch the porn on your phone?
Porn on my phone?
Porn on your phone? Well, you're not married, but when you're married, you go in the bathroom, you put on the phone, and you pretend you're going, number 2, and actually you're shooting out of your number 1, Yeah, but...
Is that the key to a successful marriage?
The key to a successful marriage is to jerk every day. You know who used to jerk every day? Ernest Borgnine.
Oh, yeah?
He lived to be 95 or something like that.
How did you find that out?
He said it on an interview. Someone asked him, how do you have such a long life, Ernie? He goes, I masturbate a lot. Words to come by.
Is that a lot, once a day?
It is for some people. I mean, anyway, we were talking about Alki David. He's a great guy.
Great guy.
Alki's a great guy. And He's a great guy. He really is, but he is over the top. There was one time he was yelling at us for something, because he wants everything perfect, and he's a perfectionist by nature, I think. And he was yelling, and he remembered the street, how people would walk on the street. And he'd go up, "It's okay if I swear?"
Mm-hmm.
And he walked up to this guy on the street who was looking in, and we were trying to get a good shot. He's like, "What are you doing, you asshole?" And he's like, "You're an asshole." And he walks away, and Alki goes, "That's Mr. Asshole." Thought that was pretty funny.
Was that the most outrageous thing you ever witnessed?
With him, or
Being around that circus. What were up with the hosts? There was like these two British girls, and everyone would talk over each other.
it was very disorganized at times. There was another producer there. When I wasn't there, we used to trade off nights. And he told me to tell the talent, basically in the microphone, tell them everything. They can't think on their own. Tell them. So the whole show, he'd be back there going, "Ask her this." Like he'd be sitting right here. And we'd have our headpiece in, and he would just be like, "Boy, the beer made me burp." And he would just say stuff all the time, and I'd be like, "I just want my talent to be free." Wouldn't that annoy you if you kept hearing stuff in your ear constantly? Once in a while, ask him about his movie. Fine. Try not to say every word. Let them think on their own. Let them do what they got to do. Actually, I keep in touch with a couple of the girls still from the show, so.
There were also like 7 hosts. They would do on different nights.
They'd alternate, yeah.
It seemed like there was I liked it. It reminded me kind of public access a little bit.
Very public access feel.
All of the, everything you thought you knew about how to produce a television show was thrown out the window.
That's not how you produce a television show. But that's what made it fun. And the equipment here, by the way, incredible. I love this place. This is great. I mean, if Alki had something like this is really, really cool what you guys have going here, Adam.
Well, thank you. I mean, I just come here once a week and whisper. But thank you. Let's see.
You like to whisper?
Well, this is ASMR. It's soft. It stands for auto-sensory meridian response. Certain people, when they hear soft talking, very delicate sounds, their brains kind of tingle a little bit. Like, that feeling. This is a real thing. It's a real phenomenon.
I heard that. Like, I don't yell at my daughter. I try to talk like this because they have to listen. It's like, what did you say? You're not getting ice cream. Sit in your chair. No. Sit in your chair. They listen because a lot of the time they're like, huh? So.
Did you get the ice cream after that?
Yeah, I'm a big pussy when it comes to my daughter. I give her everything she wants, except a good mother. That's a joke.
Let's see, you got some jokes. Do you do much comedy these days?
I'm doing a show this Friday at the Pasadena Ice House. At the Ice House in Pasadena. Are you guys going to come?
I have a show this Friday.
Where at?
Flappers.
Is it a stand-up show?
Mm-hmm.
Are you hosting? Is it your own show?
No.
You're just a
I'm
part
on
of a
the show,
lineup?
yeah.
Well, I'll get you on my next show.
Oh, yeah, please.
Yeah.
See, it's all about the lesson. You guys saw that. It's building a connection, maintaining relationships. That's what it's all about, right, John?
That's right.
Alki, get us on your next show. Yeah,
I'm actually going to try to see Alki next week. I want the battle cam to come back.
I know. Well, because it goes away and it comes back, right? Isn't that the thing?
It is, and now's about the time where it comes back. So, yeah.
I hope it comes back.
I do too. Just because I need a job.
I hope they reopen IndieMac then.
IndieMac's never coming back. You can blame Adam.
I heard the Ice House is the oldest comedy club in the country.
It was born, I guess you can say, or built in the 50s. My mother, who's now 78 or 77, I don't know, something old, said she used to go to the Ice House when she was a girl. And that was in the 50s, early 60s, so she probably went there when she was like 20. It's pretty creepy to go to a place where your mom probably tried to pick up dick, you know? It's got to be weird.
I know, I mean, that's everywhere I go.
You try to pick up dick? Or they try
No,
to
my
pick up
mom.
your dick? Or your mom likes picking up dick?
Yeah, sure. I don't know, that joke kind of got...
My mom, I think, was a slut.
You think so?
Yeah.
What makes you think that?
When I was a kid, she used to go to Fridays every Friday.
TGI?
TGI.
That's slutty behavior. Maybe she just liked buffalo wings.
Or the potato skins were... Or no, were the potato skins?
That's TGI Fridays, yeah.
I used to like the potato skins at Tony Roma's when I was a kid. They were so good.
Tony Roma's is very 70s
Yeah.
kind of place. They still have Tony Roma's? They do.
It was good in the 80s and 90s, and now there's only a couple left.
Oh, I want to go to one.
They're so good. There's one on Ventura in Encino. I went there like 6 months ago, and I had a piece of chicken with their barbecue sauce. I saw their barbecue sauce on sale at the market the other day. I'm like, I'm getting it. It didn't quite taste the same, but it was good. It reminded me of my childhood food eating habits.
I think there was a lot as a kid, too. Why were you at a Tony Roma's? Is it just like, oh, we got to eat someplace around here? Oh, there's a Tony Roma's. Or were you like, I got to get that
My
prime rib?
parents, yeah, my parents split when I was 6. My dad remarried at 11. He just had his 34th wedding anniversary with his wife Monday. And
Sounds like you two are very close, the new wife and...
anyway, when I was a kid and there was a Tony Roma's in Redondo Beach, my dad lived and continues to live in Redondo Beach, and we used to go there when I used to come on weekends. You know what I used to do as a kid, Adam? When I went there on weekends? I used to put a kitchen dish towel over my shoulder, walk in the bathroom and close the door and spend hours in there.
At Tony Roma's?
No, at my dad's place. That would have been cool.
So you had that dish towel in the bathroom, and this was
I
before
had a
porn
dish
on the
towel.
phone.
This was,
So-
I didn't masturbate in there. I mean, I could have, but I was like 12, 13 years old, and I just would rather hang out in the bathroom than be out with my dad and his wife at that time.
Would they come by every couple minutes?
No, they'd leave me alone.
Huh.
I'd take a book in there. I used to have this little TV thing. I used to take my little video games, play in there.
In the bathroom?
In the bathroom. Because this place where he lived, my dad, there's no rooms. It's like a big loft. You walk in, big kitchen. Big kitchen. Big area. You go up a flight of stairs, a bath, or the bedroom, and a loft. There was no privacy in this place. So,
What happens if somebody else needed to use the bathroom?
they'd go upstairs, or they'd ask me to come out. My sister would be like, "Get out of there, Howie." She used to call me Howie. My middle name is Howard.
Oh. Does she still call you Howie?
She does.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Keeping the tradition alive.
Yeah.
Do you still go to the bathroom for a long time now?
But I have a cell phone now.
Oh, so it's...
Yeah.
Do you,
I have one now.
do you stutter in the bathroom?
Do I stutter in the bathroom?
Yeah.
No, there was a girl in porn. I used to work at Playboy.
Oh.
There was a girl in porno who said she only stutters when she comes. Her name is Ash Hollywood. If you're watching, Ash, come on by. And we're friends now on Twitter and everything. And I told her I have a stutter. And she said she'd come to one of my comedy shows. She still hasn't. But, it's always open. I don't want her to come this week because it's not going to be a good show because you're not going to be there. But maybe the next show. No, that's not true. Our next show is going to be great. We have a writer from Conan O'Brien, Brian Kiley, very funny man. Should I tell one of Brian's jokes?
Yeah, tell someone else's joke, 'cause we're almost done. So, let's go out on somebody else's joke.
No, I can't do that to Brian.
If
Brian's very funny.
If you give him credit, then it's not stealing.
Yeah, but what if someone tunes in right after I say, here's a joke from Brian Kiley, and they tune on in, and then the joke comes out, that John Kuperman's funny, and it's not my joke. I can't do
They
that.
say after that you didn't do the book.
I'll do one of my jokes.
Okay, yeah, all right.
You want me to do one of my jokes?
Yeah, okay.
I'll just do a little stupid
do one of your
joke.
jokes. We'll go out on a
We'll
joke.
do a Hillary Clinton joke.
Great.
Hillary Clinton, as you know, she apologized for using her public email when she was the Secretary of State. She apologized for it. What's even more embarrassing is that she uses Hotmail still.
John Kuperman, check him out at the Ice House this weekend and other weekends, I'm assuming.
Yes, our next show, I'll have you there.
Sounds
and we can
great.
bring in anyone who sees the show. We'll let them in for free.
Oh, wow.
That'll be the next show, not this Friday.
So there's going to be 5 people on the guest list. That's what you're saying.
It's a big
A
audience.
little self-deprecating. All right. Well, John, thank you so much.
Is it over?
We're done. Until next time, everyone. This is Adam Papagan reminding you that there's a place you can go, and it's your mind.